Welcome to It Takes Two. I'm Blair.
I'm Chris.
And today we'll be talking about Ready to Love, Season 9, Reunion Part 1.
Listen here, man. A lot has happened in this Reunion Part 1. Thank y'all for riding with us throughout this season of Ready to Love. As good or bad, as mid as it may have been. Blair, you ready to walk us through this?
I'm ready.
Subscribe, like, share, comment, share, like, subscribe. You see how I did it backwards?
Yeah, all of it.
Let's go.
All right. So we start, we see the flashbacks of the two mixers and the brunch where everyone got to meet each other. Mm-hmm. Tommy asked the people how they felt about the new setup, about the two different mixers. And these people have been gone for so long. I can't remember everybody's names. But somebody didn't like the fact that one person was...
Dominique.
Dominique. He didn't respect that one lady was let go before he got the chance. Because it's true. It could have been your possible match. So that was the one complaint.
I don't think so, brother, but I feel you.
So we see Patrice and Alonzo's journey.
Yeah.
Patrice says after they chose each other, he said that he would be exclusive with her. He even gave her a key to his apartment. She found out he wasn't being honest. 3 days after the show ended, she drove to his house and caught him with another woman.
Oh, my goodness.
Alonzo explains that he was having car issues, so his homegirl took him to go grocery shopping. So he was just getting back from the grocery store. He said Patrice pulled up at 10 p.m. in a different car than she normally drives.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know why he said that. But he says that he's been transparent and he wouldn't give her a key if he was lying.
Listen here. First off, Blair, you're doing a wonderful job, and you know what I'm talking about. Number two, Alonzo, what are you talking about? I don't even know what's going on here, Blair. Your thoughts first.
My thing is whether he says is dumb, like why would I give her a key if I'm lying? People do dumb stuff all the time. Maybe you didn't think she was going to catch you. You said it was 10 p.m. She was in a different car. So maybe if you noticed her, you would have ducked her. I don't know. So Alonzo, even from the beginning, I couldn't take him seriously. I still don't now. So yes, he's just playing games to me.
Guys, what did I tell y'all throughout the season? Goofy is not Mickey. Now y'all see how goofy this guy is. He talking about I have a friend girl, just a friend, right? That that's helping me to go grocery shopping because something wrong with my car at 10 o'clock at night, man. And it's so funny how we always call women to help us with manual labor. You get what I'm saying? Where your brothers at?
Or if you exclusive with Patrice, why didn't you call Patrice?
Come on now. Hey, bro. T, D, G. I'm just naming the initials of my friends. Yeah. Right? Can you help me? Take me to the grocery store, my brother. You get what I'm saying? How far do you live? Do you live in the food desert? Take an Uber. There's Instacart. There's a whole bunch of things that qualify as other excuses than laying up with a friend girl in your apartment. Keep going, Blair.
Patrice says that he doesn't know that she met up with the girl.
Oh my goodness.
So she has more information.
Now the whole time he's over here yelling at us, talking about he had no relations with this girl, he didn't do nothing with this girl, a man can't have friends, a man can't have female friends. He's doing all these things talking about we are just friends and nothing more, we haven't done anything.
They were intimate in May during the Ready to Love process.
Oh my goodness, Blair.
And they ask Alonzo, is that true? He's like, yep, that's right. It was just one time. It's not like it was like over and over again. And that's just my friend. Okay.
See, this is the problem I have with Alonzo, right? I don't know if y'all know, but I have a lisp as well, right? He has a lisp too, right? The problem with people with lisp, or at least with him, he make us look bad because not only does his mouth move differently, the things that come out his mouth is complete idiotic. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So now people go point out your lisp that you look stupid and you sound stupid. At least I just look stupid. You know what I'm saying? I don't sound stupid. So the problem with Alonzo is I think he's slow. Right? Or he's playing the characteristics of a slow man. Or maybe he's gaslighting. I don't know what he's doing. It could be all the above. Yeah. Because it's very hard for me to understand how he literally said, this is just a friend. We haven't done anything and things of that nature. And then that's when it said, y'all just had sex in May. Yeah, we did. But we ain't nobody. I'm like, no. Like, what are you doing? Yeah. Dude, you get what I'm saying? Go ahead, Blair.
Tommy tells him, you can't have somebody you've been with take you to the store. Alonzo... He says that he hasn't done anything wrong. What? He says a guy can't have female friends if he's in a committed relationship. Patrice learned about 3 other girls.
Oh my goodness.
And he's been pretending with her this whole time. He's been sleeping with other women, getting STD tests.
Oh my
That's
goodness.
good to be getting checked, yes. But if somebody has sent her a screenshot of like, oh yeah, he got this STD test and he sent it to me and sends it to Patrice, then I would be concerned, like, what is going on?
Brother, I hope it's negative.
She says she deserves better and he doesn't deserve a chance in hell with her.
Your choice. I mean, your thoughts, Blair. Your choice. That's funny.
Yeah, I'm glad that Patrice found this out as soon as she did, and so they can make a clean break. I'm glad they haven't been together, and she's finding out he's been cheating for like 5 years or whatever the case may be. Like, let's wrap this thing on up with a bow and move on.
Yeah. Alonzo, why did you come on the show then? Like, I would just be with the girl that you sleeping with.
Or the girls. I mean,
like,
build a harem, whatever.
Pick one. Pick one.
Polyamorous life.
So we start off with basically this is one of the couples that basically was ready to love and just automatically in the first segment we see that they are broken up. I don't know if y'all noticed this. I'm gonna put out something small, but it's gonna come out big in the end of the episode. Throughout their segment, someone in the far corner couldn't keep quiet. They wasn't talking about them or nothing like that. So you hear about Patrice and Alonzo, and she in the corner doing ad-libs all loud and whatever, and her name was Alexis. And at that moment, I was like, what is Alexis on?
Yeah.
Why is she loud and basically being a disruptor in the middle of their segment? But I guess we get to see later on throughout the show. Keep going, Blair.
Tommy tells him giving a key means you're giving your all to that person.
Yeah.
No one else should enter that space. And don't give the key if it's not what you want. Alonzo says he understands. I don't think he understands. Here's
my problem with Tommy, right? Are you the host? Are you the creator? Are you the counselor? Which one are you? I'm not there for you to basically give us Tommy wisdom at the end of something going on. I need you to probe more. I need you to dig more, ask more questions. Don't try to land the ship so fast with you shouldn't give a key to a woman that you said you like when you're still dealing with other women.
Moving on. But I think Tommy, he don't want to be there past 3 hours, whatever they allotted time is. He's like, I ain't going to ask no questions. I'm going to be out of here by 7 o'clock and I'll be home with my family.
Well, here's the thing, Tommy. If you take away the games, if you take away the Glen Cam.
Oh, gosh.
If you take away all the other unnecessary things, Leyland, you get what I'm saying, things that don't matter to the overall things of the show, then you probably going to be home by 6:50.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Keep going, Blair.
We see a confessional of Alonzo, and he says someone saying he can't have female friends that he's been involved with is bogus to him.
No, you're a liar. Like, let's move on because listen here, man. Alonzo, you ain't gonna gaslight me, brother. Okay?
Right. Next segment, we have Will, Koshia, Mika, Patrice, and Alexis.
Yeah.
We see Will's reel from the season.
Yeah.
And he explains that he's a real estate developer.
Okay.
He stays in one of his staged homes. He says anyone could see that he is financially stable. Mika's like, how would we know that? We don't know you.
I don't know.
Will says, look me up. Mika has no interest in looking him up.
Okay.
And he said that, basically, why would I want a thirsty woman who has 2 baby daddies? He tried to stop himself at first. He didn't want to go there, but then he went ahead and went there. He said her body is fake. Mika said his chain was fake.
I don't even understand. Like, do y'all see how quickly Blair just got into that with no type of lead up, with no type of build up? That's exactly how it happened.
Yeah.
Like, we just ended up right there and things like that. I think at one point they was asking Patrice, I don't know if you got in the notes, hey, do you feel like you kind of like cheated Will's experience by telling people he was on the floor and things like that? And that's when she was like, no. And that's when all the women in the background was like, no, we ain't like Will anyway. And
they were like, and it wasn't just that. Like, Will was an issue from the jump, pretty much.
We saw from the first mixer with Koshia and things of that nature, how disrespectful he was to her when she was talking about her past and things like that. And then he said something across the lines of a paraphrasing, was the D that good?
Yeah.
So off top, why would I think you're financially stable? Why would I think you're a millionaire if you're on the show? If you have no problem getting women, getting in relationships, getting money, I would think this show is actually a hindrance to you to continue living your lifestyle.
True.
And then you up there with this big chain on. Listen here, the loudest one in the room is always the weakest one in the room.
I feel like he wore that to prove something, but Mika just totally shot that in the head. Whatever he was trying to prove. Like this big old loud fake chain. Like
it's just strange. To me, it gave off as if he liked Mika, and it's kind of like in kindergarten or when you're a kid, you kind of pushed her off the swing, caused her to split a wig open and things of that nature.
Well, I don't know. I feel like he felt disrespected by her, so that's why he was going at her. Because she was the one who said, how are you supposed to know you make money? Like, you know what I'm saying? And so his ego got bruised.
But my thing is, she wasn't the one that started the whole sleeping under the floor thing, though.
Yeah.
So I'm like, why are you, like, coming at Mika?
Because she spoke up during the segment.
But even then, I'm like, how do we supposed to know you're financially stable?
Yeah.
That's not coming at you.
But he felt it was.
That's a real question. How would I know that? You get what I'm saying? Continue.
Right. So Alexis says some things with Will didn't need to be addressed. I don't know what you mean by that, Alexis. We're all here trying to get to know each other.
And then Alexis lying, talking about, Will was my connection too. Well, no, he wasn't. Will, it seemed like y'all were just like buddies and things like that. But I don't know, but go ahead.
Yeah. And that's when Tommy asked, the Patrice thing. Yeah. And then Koshia answers and says, what happens in the ladies' lounge stays in the ladies' lounge. And Koshia felt uncomfortable and wanted to talk to Will about it and have that one-on-one conversation. But Alexis took that opportunity from her by running to him and sharing information and putting her spin on it. Yeah. Alexis starts hollering, talking about, what did I say? What did I say? And Mika's saying the people who went early have the most to say.
Basically, you went home, and why do you have the most to say? Alexis, I already know what type of time you want.
Yeah.
Because I'm like, you are looking and feeling, and the way I'm looking at you, you look a little lifted.
My thing is, like, I didn't get why Alexis was so defensive. Half the time, nobody was even talking to her.
I don't even understand either. I don't understand either. But my thing is, maybe she was a little lifted. And you know what I mean by lifted. You know what I'm saying? Maybe there was some extra courage behind her words that where she couldn't control herself. Because I was like, off top, I was like, oh, yeah, she's definitely... it's kind of hard for me to say not being herself. But this is a completely different woman than we've seen on the show. You get what I'm saying?
Will wraps up the segment basically saying that maybe he shouldn't have been disrespectful, even though he was disrespected. We also touch on Patrice when they asked, do you feel like he shouldn't have said what you said? Yeah. And she felt like he should have been more clear. I mean, she thought he was sleeping on a bed in the stage house. She didn't realize like they have beds and all that type of stuff. But my question is, why is Will staying in one of his stage homes? Why does Will not have his own place?
I don't understand.
Like these stage homes that you're getting with the beds and the sheets and all this type of stuff, they are supposed to look pristine for people who are coming to look at this house. Not like somebody's lived in there. So I don't even get that. Like that doesn't make it sound much better, Will, that you staying in a bed in a stage home. Where is your place?
I think with both of them, they both gave me slow vibes because Patrice, he did not say he was sleeping on the floor. She had no idea what a stage home was and things of that nature. So it is what it is.
All right. So next we have Glenn's journey.
Oh my goodness.
Glenn comes out.
Glenn is real, y'all.
He had anxiety before the mixer. He has anxiety today. He doesn't wish he was part of the process because everything happens for a reason. God is good. Justin gives him like a little olive branch and tells him that, I was anxious too, coming in to take your spot, but everybody ended up being cool and very welcoming.
Yeah.
So they're going to give Glenn some time to speed date with the ladies in the back.
Listen here, this is why, Tommy, if you just learn how to trim the fat off the show, we did not need to know about Glenn.
No,
at all.
And LaRon talking about he didn't know if he existed. They thought Glenn was like a curveball. I really don't even know why Glenn came. I mean, maybe he felt like he was overcoming his anxiety by coming, but you don't have to do that with TV. I mean, like go do public speaking or something like.
Ain't no point of overcome with us. We ain't know who you were.
Right. So in the back, Alexis asked Glenn why didn't he come, and he explained that he got into a wreck with his son like a day or so before, and she says we're not going to use that as an excuse. We need to know why you don't want to be vulnerable or something along those lines. So Glenn gets up and he starts talking to somebody else.
Listen, I would too.
Because you're doing a lot.
This woman,
I don't know you.
This woman's lifted. She eyes bugged out, talking about, so no, don't use that as an excuse. Okay, I said I dropped my kid off at school, and on my way there, I got in a wreck. Does it sound like a lie? Sure. Who cares, right? But at the end of the day, he wasn't there. it is what it is. You get what I'm saying? Let's go.
Next, it is Laylin's time to be in the spotlight.
No, stop right there. This is 2 segments back to back that we did not need. I forgot Laylin was on the show.
Right.
And she wasn't even like one of the last people that self-eliminated herself from the show. This is early on.
Yeah.
So I don't even know why we even have this segment. But this is the reason why I said, Tommy, we may need to replace you as the host or whatever, because this is just ridiculous.
So we see Laylin's package. Her family is doing a lot better. She feels she left the show too soon. She did have some good connections. Chaz, I feel like, was trying to shoot his shot, talking about she's a rare woman.
What?
And he would have been pursuing her. Yeah, just like everybody else.
Okay.
Tommy asked if there's anyone here that she'd like to strike up a possible connection with. Patrice throws out Alonzo. She said that she could have been on his roster.
Oh my goodness.
Laylin doesn't have a specific person. She is dating. She basically said, I'm respecting everybody that went through this process. They had their experience, and I'm just kind of venturing out on my own in the real world. Pretty much, ain't nobody here for me. It's a bunch of dusties. So we're checking in on Glenn, and he is talking to one of the women.
Hey, how about we do each other a favor, y'all? We're not going to check in on Glenn no more for the rest of the show, because that was just a waste of everybody's time.
Absolutely. Then we get to the choked or spanked question. Tommy asks, how is this not a sexual question? And Alonzo explains it away as a way of kissing. If you want to be choked or spanked while you're kissing. And it doesn't necessarily mean anything sexual.
Stop right there for a second. You see what I'm talking about? The brothers with the lisp? Listen here, man. We need to band together because we already look stupid. Let's not sound stupid.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? He's talking about, hey, that person's a grown adult. I ain't make them think of something sexual. So if it's not sexual, see, this is where Tommy has to come in and be quick on his feet and say, oh, are you talking like violence? Don't leave it up to him to lie to us again.
Right.
Do you get what I'm saying? Like,
pin him in a corner.
If it's not sexual, then is it violence? Are you basically threatening the contestants on the show? Do I need to call security out?
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Because he's obviously lying, talking about kissing and things like that. Kissing is a way of sexual. So I don't even understand what he's doing here.
Right.
But continue.
Koshia says that it was sexual to her. And she and Alonzo were not in the space for her to give him those intimate details. They weren't that close. She says that LaRon knew, Chaz knew, but Alonzo did not know, and he didn't need to know.
And this is where Koshia lost me. Because I thought she was offended by the overall essence of the question. But she was offended that he was asking the question to her.
Yeah.
Because she was like, listen here, whoever needs to know, know. LaRon know if I like to be choked or spanked, and Chaz know if I like to be choked or spanked. What? Wait a minute. You know what I mean? So, like, I was on Koshia's side, and I'm still on her side because, for one, there's no way to disrespectfully or even respectfully ask that question because that question just comes out of nowhere, right? Yeah. But at the same time, I'm like, oh, you kind of threw a curveball at me, Koshia.
Yeah. Patrice thinks that it was a sexual comment, but she wouldn't have thought anything of it because they were on that level to have that conversation. And
then I think we saw like a behind the scenes of basically how she was crying in the ladies' lounge, basically saying she ain't gonna let no one gaslight her. And to basically
Koshia,
Koshia, basically saying how you ain't gonna gaslight me, how this boy go disrespect me to my face like that. That's why I was like, I get it if the whole essence of the question was disrespectful, but she didn't want him asking her the question. What did you think of that segment, if you have anything to add?
Yeah, well, I think that, yes, the question, she was disrespected by that, but I think she felt even more disrespected when he tried to gaslight her. And that's when they were at the dinner table, and she was trying to have a conversation with him, but he was playing in her face. And I think that's really what got her mad, because he thinks I'm stupid. And he thinks, like, I'm like, we're just going to sit up here, and he's just going to tell me whatever, and I'm going to believe it. Like, no, F him, you know? So, how I feel about that, Alonzo is just not serious. Yeah. Like, I don't know. Like, Alonzo, and
he's not Mickey. I keep telling you.
I'm just like, he says things, I feel like, at times to get a reaction, and he wants to see if he can get under people's skin. I don't like people like that. Like, just be regular. You know what I'm saying? Like, why are you trying to elicit a response or a reaction from somebody? Like, it's just off-putting to me. So, next we have a game. Why are we getting down to business with some questions?
he ain't got no cue cards. I'm telling you, he needs some cue cards.
You're right.
Whenever we see Andy on like Real Housewives of Atlanta or Real Housewives, any of these things, he have cue cards in his hand from questions from on Twitter, on X, and things like that from the fans. I just feel like if we leave Tommy to his own devices and things like that, we go play games, we go have a Glen Cam, we go talk to Laylin, and I'm like, so we go spend the least amount of time with the people who made it to the end.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? But it is what it is.
So we see the games that the cast play during the season, including the Truth or Sexy game.
Yeah.
They play this game called Who Said This? So Chaz is the person who said something about experiencing the hotter side of Rashina. Mm-hmm. Rashina said that in response to the choked or spanked that you could spank me all day. Mm-hmm. And April says William is like Jeffrey the giraffe from Toys R Us mixed with Forrest Gump.
Stop right there for a second. Mm-hmm. April, that energy that you gave with that analysis right there, it's pretty dark. I know William didn't do nothing to you for him to garner this type of like description. Oh. You get what I'm saying? With the Jeffrey the giraffe. You could have stopped at Jeffrey the giraffe. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? You could have stopped there, but you said mixed in with Little Forrest Gump. I know what you mean there. Mm. You get what I'm saying? I know what you're trying to say.
Simple.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And my thing is, he did not deserve that. And you could tell even when like they asked Will, hey William, what do you think about it, buddy? Yeah. He was like, it is what it is.
It's like, it's just jokes. Like, I'm not going to take it to heart. And April said that she's gotten to know him and she doesn't feel that way about him now. But that is a pretty strong opinion for somebody you don't know.
I ain't saying that to you. Why are you coming at me?
So I think it was a very strong opinion for somebody that you just met. Like to have. And my thing is, I know we come up here and we talk about our thoughts and opinions and stuff like that. But a lot of the times, most of the time in real life, I don't be having opinions on that many things. Mm-hmm. You just go about living life, talking to people and going about your day. Yeah. So she has a strong opinion on somebody that she barely even probably had a long conversation with. I'm just like, maybe that's her issue. She's too judgmental.
Come on now.
I don't know.
Come on now. No. You're right on this. Mm-hmm. Because for someone to be that descriptive, that means to be that descriptive off of that less encounter with each other, I'm like, there's something dark about you. There's something there. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? But go ahead.
Next, someone said something about being a snake, and we have to guess who said it. And LaRon thought it was Alexis. And Alexis turned around, and she thinks LaRon's the biggest snake. Uh-oh. And LaRon gets heated. Alexis starts to call him a dork. And Tommy is trying to get everybody to stop.
Now, stop right there. At one point, LaRon said something like, remember who you talking to. Yeah. And I'm like, what do that mean?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, you're LaRon. Yeah. And then do you know what? Listen here. As many jokes I had about Alexis, and I'm not a big fan of Alexis, whenever someone says, remember who you talking to, and their retort is, you're a dork, perfect retort. Okay. Listen, I haven't heard dork since the 90s. You get what I'm saying? Perfect retort. And guess what? It went right through him like butter. It just sliced right through him. He wasn't well with himself with that. Yeah. Because, LaRon cares about how he look on TV. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He should want to lean up against the fridge and talk about, hey, Maya, you know what I mean? Yeah. He want to make sure he don't look like a simp. And through all those attempts of trying to look cool, you let one of the dorkiest people call you a dork. Beautiful insult. I loved it.
Okay. Well, Alexis, everybody pretty much gets up. And a lot of the guys are trying to get Alexis to get up, walk away, trying to get her to cool off. And Alexis is like, I don't see how I'm the problem. How am I the problem? Like, she's not like getting up, and she's trying to talk to the guys to be like, what's wrong with me? Like, what did I do? And she's talking to Justin, and Justin is over there telling her like, you just need to shut up. Like, and to me, it looked like Justin was getting heated because he was sitting right next to her. She was all up in his ear. All up in his ear like that.
And you causing all these people to walk over here. Like, it's just crowded now. Yeah.
Exactly. So Mika walks up, and she's just like standing behind, just kind of like watching, like just there, I guess, if anybody needs help. And she turns around and she calls Mika a B word, and she says she'll beat her. She'll beat her butt.
She's like, I'll beat the hell out of you. I'm like, wait a minute. How did we get here now? Before we even get to the part where like she storms off and stuff, where's your mind at, Blair, while watching this?
My mind is like, somebody need to put a muzzle on Alexis. Like, what is going on? Like, take a chill pill, girl. Like, she was so defensive, and I don't know if she, took something to make her feel good before she came, but she was like on 1,000.
Yeah.
So even from the jump, when you were saying like she was, giving all these ad libs when it was Patrice's and Alonzo's segment. So I was just like, Alexis, what are you on?
I will say this though, as much as I blame Alexis, I blame everybody. This is the equivalent of being in kindergarten, first grade, and the one person's talking and everyone's telling that person to be quiet. Y'all just adding more noise. You get what I'm saying? Alonzo getting up, trying to escort her off the stage. You ain't nobody, Alonzo, to escort nobody off the stage. I don't care. And you may see yourself as trying to help, but you're adding to the fire. The more people telling her to be quiet, just let her talk herself out. If everybody else be quiet, just let her talk herself out. She's talking to everyone, telling her to be quiet verbally. Yeah. Dude, you get what I'm saying? So it just shows the immaturity on everybody's part. Now, turning around to Justin or turn around to Mika and challenging her to a duel, I don't understand that. You get what I'm saying? I don't understand that in the least a bit. But in this segment, for one, it was a weak segment. We don't have to play Guess Who Said This, Tommy, right? And then Tommy, he's supposed to be the moderator that's supposed to have control over his set. This is Tommy's set.
Yeah.
I forgot Tommy was there.
I felt like Tommy left.
So Alexis is talking. And
I was like, do we have security? Like, what is, like, all the guys are crowding around there trying to get her to get up. Is there no security?
And mind you, all this started with LaRon and Alexis and things of that nature. So I'm like, yo, LaRon, you're a dork. It is what it is. It just sucks that it sucks that our messenger is Alexis, but you're a dork. You get what I'm saying? Now, at the end of it, everybody telling her to be quiet wasn't necessary. Just let her talk herself out. But now, what Alexis done and what she's about to do, basically, is completely unnecessary. Now, she just unhinged now.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So,
we are in the back. Alexis is cussing out the cameraman, putting her middle finger up, talking about she spent a rack to be there.
What?
Which is kind of funny because Alonzo said you wearing cubic zirconium and you look cheap and all this type of stuff.
That's what LaRon said.
Yeah, while they were in their argument. But she said she spent a rack, and she's talking about you guys are going to get the worst of me, and Will is trying to get her to stay, but she's walking out, and that's where we end.
What did you think about this episode, Blair?
It was entertaining. I'll say that. I was entertained. I wasn't pleased with the segments like the Glenn, Leyland, the games. And I get maybe they have to extend it because it's like 2 parts or whatever. But I really wanted to get down to the business. Like, even if we stayed on Patrice and Alonzo, like, I wanted more details. So, stuff like that. What about you?
I need to know what Ready to Love is trying to be. I don't know what they're trying to be. Tommy thinks that this show is about high standards. It's about basically representing black people the right way, because even when Mika and Alexis was getting into it, he got into his little sermon bag and talking about we tear down each other. And I'm just like, Tommy, stop. Okay, like if you put these, like, you are part of the problem when you have a show like this.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? So I need to know what type of show you want to be. Do you want to be Ready to Love in the sense that where it's mature adults having mature relationships, having mature connections? Or do you want to be Love and Hip Hop? Or do you want to be more on the, like, I don't want to say urban side, but do you want to be like just confusion? And what I got from this whole reunion thing, it was just confusion and things of that nature.
But I think that's the fault of the cast more so than this show, because like the earlier seasons of Ready to Love, there were mature people looking for love, being respectful if other people had other connections, and the women actually forming like great friendships to the point where some of these women have like podcasts that they do with each other now. Like they've gone into business with each other. So I think that it can be done in the way that they intended to, but I think they got to choose some better people. I don't know if the people they're getting are just not mature or they haven't done the psych evaluations on them, but they just need to improve the pickings.
But I will say this though, what got you there can't keep you there. So when Ready to Love was early and things of that nature, it probably was good and pure, but the more popular it got, the more people want to get on just for fame.
That's true.
Then you got to change your format. You got to change with the times. Your whole background check and your whole picking the people that you want on it gotta be better. You get what I'm saying? And Tommy has to be better too. Tommy has to be a better moderator to control the set. This is the first hour of whatever the reunion is, and it went haywire.
Yeah, to me, Tommy's not invested.
So I'm like,
he's just like, everybody relax.
So I'm like basically, you're supposed to be there to make sure that this doesn't happen. You get what I'm saying?
But he can't control these people at the same time.
But he can't control nothing.
That's true.
So my whole thing is, I haven't seen a season. He's like supposed to be quote unquote the moderator, the one that's basically supposed to keep the show on the rails. When it gets too much off the rails, he's supposed to bring it back. You know? Now it got so off the rails that basically he should have told everybody sit down. Everybody sit down. I'm talking now. Everybody sit down.
Yeah.
You don't gotta listen to Alonzo. You ain't gotta listen to LaRon, but everybody go listen to me. Mm-hmm. It's just that simple. And guess what? Everybody would have sat down. Now back to my game. Like so it just keeping things in control.
Right.
So I don't know. I blame. Listen, adults should act like adults, but at the same time, Tommy could get a little tune up.
Okay.
But I'm very interested in part 2. Are you?
Yeah.
We'll see what's going on with Alexis to see if she leaves or if she not. I think she need to leave. She said she spent $1,000. I'm like, on what? Hopefully shoes or whatever it is, because I don't see the 1,000. But, you know, it is what it is. Anything else you want to add?
That's all I got.
Y'all be good.
Bye.